Hey, what's up, guys? I just finished watching the UFC Fight Night Countdown for Dustin Porier versus Anthony Pettis. And these shows are great for gamblers, get an insight on these guys on camps. And more times than not, these things have helped me out when it comes to placing wagers and winning money. And this, I had to comment immediately on some of the things that I saw on this. If you have not seen it, it is on the UFC YouTube channel. It is 21 minutes and 57 seconds. Now, the show opens with Dustin Porier with his wife and his young daughter. He's talking about, fighting for them, making sure his little girls gonna be taken care of, so he is a man with motivation, a man with something to fight for. He is also talking about, finally getting his UFC title shot. He is a man who is hungry for the title, a man who is desiring title and a title shot. And they show him at American Top Team training beside all of the other pros there. Okay. Then it flips over to Anthony Pettis. In my opinion, Anthony Pettis looks very heavy on this show, especially at the beginning. I don't know what his walk around weight is, but he looked heavy, man. His arms looked big. It looked like his midsection was big. I thought the guy was slow and sluggish in his workouts, to the point to where even Duke Rufus was telling him to pick up the speed on his combos, so how much weight is Anthony Pettis cutting, man? I think the only time they showed Dustin Porier out of camp was when he was getting a haircut. They said the guy still lives in Louisiana, but he goes to Florida for his training camps. And it seemed like it was, all business, strictly business for Dustin Porier. All right, like I said, Pettis looked heavy as I'm fast forwarding through this because I don't want to miss anything. They showed Pettis and his brother out on the town at a modeling show. They are watching guys modeling in suits. All right, having a good night out on the town. And meanwhile they cut back to Pettis, and Pettis is in the gym. He is 100% focused. Grinding, man. Working hard. And let's see. Then I believe they go back to Pettis. Yes, they go back to Pettis, and he is talking about adding wrestling to his repertoire. The guy's been in the game for a good number of years at this point. He's won a championship. In my opinion, he's on a decline, and now he's finally adding wrestling to his game. You see, he won a world title with only striking basically as his his main weapon. The guy has submissions, but he had no wrestling. He openly admitted it, and now he's finally adding it this late in the game. I think it's a little bit too late to be doing that. So, and that was it. But I think outside of things that I already said, I think Porier, he is the hungrier guy. He is a guy trying to reach the mountaintop, while Pettis already reached the mountaintop, and he already tasted success. And Porier is a hungry guy. I think he will be the tougher guy, and the guy with more grind in the fight. When the going gets tough, who would fold first, who's gonna want it more. I think Pettis will fold first, and I think Porier will want it more. No, that's just my opinion. Even though Porier, as I was criticizing him on when he fought Eddie Alvarez, and they showed the highlight. Eddie was putting on his ass. He had two fingertips. He had his fingertips down with one hand, which is not illegal. You have to have both palms down or both fists down. And he eventually put that other hand down instead of trying to defend himself, trying to get up. I thought he wanted out of that fight, and I was not happy with Porier with that. But when it comes to him and Pettis, I think if somebody folds, I think it would be Pettis before Porier. So, I just had to point these things out, man. Pettis seemed heavy. What kind of a weight cut did he have? Yeah, he was looking sluggish. And Porier was grinding, man, while Anthony Pettis was out looking at guys in suits. So, I just wanted to point that out real quick, man. If you guys saw this and have any takeaways from it, let me know. And as I will be back, I plan on doing a pre-fight before the show Saturday. So until then, you guys take care, and I'll check in soon. Thanks for watching.